I decided to go for a hike. I used to spend more time in the woods, though now I find, or at least convince myself, that there isn't enough time. To combat this restraining mindset, I am making time to participate in opportunities that, to me, feel less productive or exciting. In doing so, I realize that these, including hiking, are some of the most productive and exciting things. What distinguishes hiking from other activities is that it requires little skill. For many forms of exercise and sports, mastery and an ability is needed in order to, say, throw a baseball or spin in figure skating. Besides walking, there is little else that is necessary to hike, though focus is also essential. There are innumerable roots that protrude from the ground that I often trip over, so being aware of where I step can assuage the risk of stubbing my toe or forcefully kissing the earth. Aside from being careful about my foot placement, I think this kind of attention allows me to understand what I'm doing. Yes, I'm on a hike, but more than that, I'm seeing, hearing, and feeling nature. I'm distant from the developed world, entertained not by dazzling screens, but by the gentle voices of the forest's musical ensemble. I'm not listening to respond, I'm listening to hear what is happening. Nature is happening. Life is happening. And yet, when I think I'm secluded from human environmental intervention, I'm reminded that the trail on which I hike was made possible by people. There are trail markers attached to trees which prevent me from getting lost. There are bridges stretching over streams and other natural obstacles which allow me to continue on the route. The path I take has been constructed in a specific way to make traveling easier and more convenient. These signs of minimal human interference don't take away from the experience. In fact, they make it more comfortable. Nonetheless, it's a heavy thought knowing that here and elsewhere, we've made ourselves known. For a while, I thought of the forest as a place of quiet acceptance. The trees cast no judgment on those wandering under their collective canopy. The falling leaves don't try to avoid particular travelers. Nature behaves naturally, which is to say, it is unfazed by human presence. However, maybe quiet acceptance is too intentional of a description. The forest isn't unwelcoming not because it has a system of values, it just doesn't care. Nature doesn't care, even when we manipulate it to satisfy our needs. The woods are without protest, the soil doesn't demand change. It's a vulnerable space. I believe there's a subtle invitation to care. For me, this invitation manifests itself in beauty. We depend on the environment for many important resources, though at its core, nature gives us a scene deserving to be admired and protected. I decided to go for a hike. I am deciding to care, and at the beginning of care is focus.